Hey everyone, and welcome to week 8 of LFM Motorsport, the open wheeler series here at Laguna Seca. And I have 3 races to show off to you today. First race was a low elo lobby where it was pretty dull except for this right here. The second place car decided to jump the start by a good couple of seconds. I don't know why. And yeah, I'm just gonna let this first episode play out, this first lap, I should say. Because behind, it was just incredibly chaotic. I believe there were almost 4 wide going through the hairpin. A little bit of bump and banging. But coming out of turn 3, I believe this is. If you look in the rearview mirror, car darts off to the left, car spinning off to the right, and yeah, it just all kicked off right there. But thankfully I was way ahead of that. But skipping to the end of the lap, the guy who just jumped the start decides to go in and serve his drive-through. And I'm just wondering what the heck happened to make him do that. Yeah. That was pretty much my thoughts on that, and there's not much else to add. But yeah, like I said, dull race, low elo, came in first. But then we skipped to the next 2 races. These were some pretty high elo races, and we're going up against really fast drivers. And I'm showing off qualifying here a little bit more than I usually do, because it was quite a close battle between us and the top 4. As you're going to see here. Anders sets a really quick time, then here comes Mark, and then Aline improves on his time as well, which shoves me down to P4. But I end up retorting with my own 19.4 time, and then I immediately follow up with what is my best lap of all of these 3 races. So, coming into the hairpin, a massive slide going through the middle of the corner, but I think it actually kind of helped me position my car for the exit. And then going through 3 here, you want to get to that inside rumble strip as much as you can, and get the nose pointed inside as much as possible. And then flat round that last corner. This corner right here, you want to be 4th gear, get on the throttle as early as possible. A little bit of a slide going through there as Mark improves on his time. And then going through this corner, car ahead just hits the inside turtle shell and just loses it, but thankfully we managed to avoid that. That is flat in qualifying trim, but I do lift in race trim. Corkscrew, you just gotta be really careful with when you decide to place down the throttle, because it is really easy to upset the rear and spin. And then through here, just a little bit of understeer through there, and then going through the hairpin, simple enough, just easy on the power. And that puts me, I believe this was a 19.1, and I think my best time in this practice server was like a 19 dead. But, unfortunately, that wasn't enough, and fair play to Anders there. So, cutting to the start of the race here. And honestly, I really messed up the start. Like, I just got on the throttle way too late, and the engine just bogged down. And that allows Mark and Aline to just sail on by. And now I'm having to defend P4 against Nate from behind, and going through the first hairpin, Mark has a massive moment. Anders goes for the inside. I go off track a little bit, heading into 3, and Nate hangs it around the outside, but I'm able to get on the throttle earlier and get around him. And this is pretty much how the start of the race shook out. But yeah. Still managed to hold with the top 3, kind of. They were pushing hard, and not to mention, my tires were just super cold. Everybody, Anders and Aline were on mediums, Mark was on the hards, and it definitely told. But coming to lap 2, going down the corkscrew,
oh boy.
Mark makes contact with Aline.
Oh,
Aline
shit.
backs
The other way.
tries to back up off the track, and I end up hitting him. Like, I zigged, and yeah, it wasn't enough. But, yeah, I tried to soldier on as much as I could, but the car just... It was just undrivable at that point, and... Yeah, I just decided to just call it quits there. Unfortunately, that would be my first DNF since the hardware failure I had at the Nürburgring. But cutting to the second race, much hotter conditions, and I do set a 19.7. That was honestly not... I was just not able to hook up a good lap, and it was only good for P3 or P4. Heading to the start here, I get a much better start than Aline, and he tries to cut me off, but thankfully leaves me enough of a space to take the inside, heading into turn 1, or turn 2, I should guess. The kink there, I think, counts as turn 1. But needless to say, massive accordion effect going into that hairpin. I'd say that's just regularly catches everybody out. But yeah, Mark grabbed the pull, and he's pretty much pulling away here. And I go half defensive through here, but Aline ends up getting a switchback on me. But I believe I outdrag him here. I don't think he's alongside me. I turn in, and yeah,
nowhere to go.
I was not happy about that. I believe I had every right to the corner. I don't think Aline was anywhere alongside me. He did apologize afterwards, and I mean, yes, it's good optics to say sorry, but I'm not sure. Like, even then, I was kind of torn about protesting him, but I feel like if stuff like that gets slipped by, like if stuff like that were to slip through the cracks, everybody would be doing it. So I did end up filing a protest on that. Anyways, end up pretty much close to dead last, and I'm just hustling, trying to recover everything I can. And once again, going around the outside at the hairpin, taking the inside for 4, I believe this is, and just running away with it as much as I can. And staying with this, because I did have some very good battles, like in the midfield, and I guess, yeah, this would pretty much be the midfield. But Win was just pretty much not in the picture at all. And for what it's worth, I did have... there were some pretty good battles here, and you'll see exactly what I mean here. Catching up to Eli in the corkscrew car, rejoins right in front of us, forces both of us to slow down, but thankfully that accordion effect really helped pull Eli towards me. And not choosing to overtake him here, I am setting him up for the main straight, as David behind unfortunately spins out on the outside runoff. But I get a massive run on Eli coming down the front stretch. And I just keep dragging him, and then I don't know if he actually backed off here, but or I just out-dragged him that much. But either way, move done, eyes ahead towards Damien here. And little bit of mixed up my braking a little bit. I wasn't able to get the car turned in like I wanted to, but yeah, and I'd say that's pretty much me trying to push as hard with a car that has both front and rear wing damage, as well as it looks like a bit of flat spotting in the front. Anyways, he goes off here. I try to go for a send up the inside at the same turn where I got punted off, and yeah, and move done. Like, it can be done. You can go too wide there. And he tries a move. He thinks about a move going into the corkscrew, which is a bit weird. And then there's this car ahead of us, just sideways trying to rejoin the race. Ends up mixing up my line through there. Makes me lose a little bit of time. But I just keep my eyes forward. And cutting ahead here, we're in the top 10 now. We got 3 cars in front of us. Aline has recovered to P6, so, and he's well down the road. So unfortunately, I think P7 is our pretty much our only goal at this point. So we just hop to it, so... just trying to set up a move going onto the upcoming straight here with Zol in front. So just sitting right behind him, just trying to get our car positioned despite the air wash. He goes super defensive, so we take the outside going into turn 6, I believe this is. And we're still side by side, but we are still out-dragging him. He actually ends up backing off here. And that is a move done, as Andy and Mark are really scrapping it out in front of us. And fair play to both of these guys. We had some good battles, as you'll see right here. They're side by side through the corkscrew. And they are still fighting for it, and Mark comes out on top of that. So now my eyes are set on capitalizing on the situation, just really trying to catch up to him. And once again, setting him up for a move on the front straight, just trying to really get that good exit. He kind of goes a little bit wide. We got that slipstream. We dive to the inside. And we are still out dragging him massively. But he is going to try and challenge us going into the braking zone. He brakes a little bit earlier, but we're just able to stick it on the inside and just get that move done. And now our eyes are head towards Mark, who is pretty much the end goal for this race. And we have 4 minutes, so about 3-ish laps to go. And yeah, and Mark was remarkably, he's fast and remarkably good driver in his own right. And we had some very, very good battles. Well, and but right now I have to catch him before I can actually truly battle him, honestly. And so pretty much just doing my best to just push. And it really helps to have the slipstream as well. Like, that really helped me drag towards him. I think like the slipstream, I want to say it's good to about like 7/10 or so, if even that. But yeah, once again, trying a move on the front straight. I just love doing moves here, apparently. But yeah, Mark goes super defensive to the inside. He knows my playbook. So I try to take him around the outside. Get my braking right. We're still side by side going through the corner. He tries to squeeze me out a little bit mid-corner. But yeah, that outside curb... That outside curb at the hairpin really just sneaks up on you, like it's really an abrupt cut. And I am forced to slip behind him again. But, yeah. The fight's still on, and Mark still sees me as a threat, so he goes defensive into this corner, ends up taking it a super narrow line. I end up getting the switchback on him. And once again, we are side by side going to this turn. And he backs out of it and lets me get the move done. And it actually looks like he has about as much damage to his front wing as me. And we're still battling, and I am pretty much forcing my tires as much as I can to work. And yeah, it was a very, very good fight. But yeah, cutting to the final last few seconds here, and we walk away with this P7, and... Oh, sorry, P6. I don't know why it was counting that lap car, but, yeah, did the best I could, but I did go back and watch the replay, because I did want to see... I wanted to see it for myself, and honestly, this just looks like an open and closed case. I was forced into from behind, pause, and yeah. I'm gonna let the LFM marshals do their thing, but I want to pass the question off to you. Who do you think was responsible for that incident, and was there anything I could have done to prevent it in the first place? I really want to see more perspectives on that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you do like these kinds of videos, and I am looking forward to next week's races at Monza, which I think a lot of people are going to be around for. But until then, take it easy and have a good day.